So it is Friday. Just getting home from work, and I know I look a mess, but it is what it is. But yeah, we just had to lay our little turtle down to rest. And you guys probably have seen him. We got videos of him where Pablo has made his appearance in some of our videos, but just a little backstory of Pablo. My mom, whom is no longer with us, she's deceased. I keep saying and going on. I'm trying to find the right angle. Let me just, maybe this is it. Anyway, my mom, whom is no longer with us, she bought Zaven Pablo when he was just a little hatchling. Zaven was crazy about my nephew's turtles. My nephew had 2 turtles. He had one red air slider named Flash, and then he had another red air slider that he got for Flash, and he said he needed a friend, so he named him Leo. And they were 2 big red air sliders that they had together anyway. Zaven, as a baby, and I do mean a baby, when he turned 1 year old, he loved those turtles, and my mom was like, I'm going out to buy him a turtle. And I was like, no, you're not, Mom. You're not going to buy him a turtle. He was like, yes, I am. I'm going to go buy him a turtle. Take me to go buy him a turtle. And I literally had to take her to a pet store, and it was actually illegal to sell hatchlings in the store. And you could find some pet stores that would do it, and we did find one. And we got Pablo. And Zaven named him Pablo because he was big into the backyardigans. And any of y'all that know the backyardigans, I so wish they would still make that little cartoon because it was a good little hip-hop series or whatever. But anyway, he named him Pablo after one of the characters that was on the backyardigans. And the character's name was Pablo. So Zaven and Pablo did everything together for the first 2 or 3 years. Well, not everything together, but Zaven had a pet. So Pablo has been with us now. Zaven is 15, get ready to be 16 this year. Pablo would have been 15 because we got him as a hatchling, and Zaven was a year old when we got him. So yeah, he's no longer with us, and we just laid him to rest in our backyard. And yeah, they're getting ready to get rid of all of his other stuff in his room. Yeah. So that's what has happened today. And they're going out with the tank now to empty all of the water and the rocks from it. Be very careful, you guys. You got it, babe? So what they're doing right now is they're just taking the tank and emptying the tank out back here in the backyard. And then we're going to just throw the tank away because we don't have any use for it anymore. And that's like a little sewer drain that is in our yard. So that's all Pablo in his glory that they're emptying out. So yeah. And they're just gonna take the tank and throw it away because I was like, it is not in good shape. He needed a new one anyway, a bigger one, more so bigger than what that one is.
Well, these probably will be here for a while.
So yeah, this is like our third pet that we've had to bury, and they're not back to back in any way. We've had 2 turtles now and one what was Speedy, a hamster. Zaven got Speedy when he was in kindergarten. That was the classroom pet. They gave him to Zaven because he was just, a good kid, and said that they thought he would take good care of him. So they gave him Speedy, and Speedy didn't last, but he didn't even last over the summer, I don't think. And then Titus, we got to keep Pablo company, and Pablo ended up killing Titus. He bit his leg off. So yeah, those are our animals. So now the only one we're stuck with is Drake. And Drake the Great. This is whom we're stuck with now. You're the only animal now, dude. You're the only animal.
Once you go, it's a wrap.
Are you going to make it? Say, yeah, Mom, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Why did we put you up? He has been really, not on his best behavior either. I don't know what has been going on with him, but he has been jumping on the counters in our kitchen, grabbing food, just getting into stuff that he knows that he's not supposed to do. So you cannot, it's almost like going back to training an animal all over again, because you can't leave him alone. And I'm like, what would make him honestly do this? I don't understand why is he reverting back? So we have to really keep our eyes on him now, because he just doesn't do the right thing that he's supposed to do when he is left alone. So we have to watch him. Literally. So yeah, y'all, that's the gist of our day. Wasn't expecting to have to do that on a Friday at that. Papa's been with us for a while. Upstairs. Son passing on. Would that be your son or your grandson?
Wasn't that technically your grandson?
My road dog.
It was not your road dog. You didn't take Pablo nowhere. Nowhere.
Pablo wasn't going nowhere.
Well, talking about your road dog. Road dog.
He was funny outside of his surroundings.
What did he do that was so funny?
He was just.
Please tell me some stories about Titus.
Titus dead.
I meant Pablo. I keep calling him, probably because I feel like I know that I buried Titus alive.
You buried Titus alive?
That's what Daddy said.
Well, honestly, you could, because it was just his leg that get up.
Yeah, but he didn't move either.
So he could have lived.
So
Oh, yeah. And then you got this one down here acting retarded.
Oh, got paper everywhere.
Everywhere.
This dude right here, man, he got to go. He got to go too. I don't know what kind of, how he gonna go out, but he got to leave here.
So, y'all, my husband has got me on the series, which I'm pretty sure you guys have watched, called, y'all just have to ignore my hair, okay? It is what it is. But he's got me on a series called the Ozark. And I've been watching it back to back, binge watching it for about a week and a half now. So I watched little bits and pieces with him as he watched it. So I kind of knew what was going on, but really didn't know the fullness of what was going on. So I've been watching it. And I'm out on season 4. If you guys have not watched the Ozarks, whoo, y'all need to watch it. Like, yeah, blow your mind. Like, really, really blow your mind. So anyway, I'm at work today, and I'm watching I'm watching the Ozarks, and I am on season 3. And I come across the part, and I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen because there's so many twists and turns and stuff that happens in this movie that is just unreal. So anyway, I'm on season 3, and I come across the part of Wendy and her brother. I just had to text my husband. I was like, why am I sitting here crying like a baby, y'all? Like, I mean, I'm crying. Like, tears is just falling from the event of her brother. And I'm like, what the world? Like, I was not expecting it at all. I was expecting it, and I'm so glad they didn't show it because it probably would have just had me cutthroat. I probably wouldn't have watched it anymore. But I'm just like, oh my gosh. So my husband, he's watched them all. It has 4 seasons. And, you know, he's done watching it. I'm sure it's going to be another one. Was it a twist at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be another one. So I'm on the 4th season now. It's deep. Y'all, like, I think it would be so awesome if we could do, like, kind of like a book club. You know, a book club get together and they do, like, the discussions of their books. And, you know, like, they read a chapter and they get back and they put their thoughts together, try to figure out, like, what's going to happen. We should do, I was like a series or something like that. But the thing about the Ozarks is it's just a Netflix, it's a Netflix show. So they do, like, a whole series. So it's not like an episode, you know, that we could discuss and then like the next week, you know, you figure out what's gonna happen. These are episodes. Drake, dude,
What is he doing?
he stank.
There's a gay.
I mean, but it's right here at me. But yeah, so we're watching that. Well, I'm watching that. My husband's already watched it, so I had to text him today, like, babe. So now I'm on the series. I'm on the episode where I'm dying to see what's gonna happen to what is the cartel guy name?
Laurel?
His nephew.
Oh.
That's what I'm dying to see because I'm ready for that to go. Okay, because he just screwing up stuff. And then I want to, y'all, I don't know if any of y'all ever do anything like that, but when I watch series, especially if it's like a family or something, I always kind of pinpoint and try to figure out, I'm like, man, if that was my kid or if that was my husband or if that was, you know, Keena or Zaven or whatever, like, what would I have done? So when I'm looking at this, I'm like, if they had a did something like that to me, like, what would I have done? Would I have, ain't no negotiation. I would have went gangster like Wendy too, though. I would have went gangster on. I would have, because, and then I would have been looking at, because Marty really wasn't doing anything to help.
Okay.
To me, he was just like, whatever. He was proud. And he was just like, my boy. Instead of, you know, like, okay, I understand.
With Jonah?
Yes. Like, how you just gonna let him go? But at the same rate, I could be mad and continue on like I'm doing, right? But not once did she stop and be like, fuck, I brought him in this. This is my fault. This is our fault because we involved our children. And we did this, you know, hoping that they would not become part of this cycle. But now, since he is, and he's kind of going about his own rate, you still got that parent quality where you want to protect your kids. But then you also got that hood quality where you like, did you forget who I was? You know, like, what the world? And then she looking back at Marty like, you bossed up with your arms all crossed and stuff, but you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Like, dude.
I taught him the game.
Right. So yeah, y'all, this is where I am. So I'm really like hyped on the show. I'm gonna be so hurt when it's over. But if you haven't got up on game, it's kind of like, to me, if you were a Power fan, and it's nothing like Power, but if you were a Power fan and you like the twists and turns and stuff, Ozark is for you. You got to go. You got to get out. Come on. Go get, yeah. Yeah, we have to do that to our children sometimes. We just have to kick them out because if y'all could smell what our nose is being violated with right now, you wouldn't blame us. You definitely wouldn't blame us. So yeah, that was my day. I couldn't keep my eyes off of it. I'm sitting here trying to do referrals. I'm clickety clacking on my keyboard, and and then I had my little ear pod in, and when I would see something go crazy, I'm like, oh my god, like oh my gosh. So yes, I am anticipating right now what's about.
You have no
And then
idea.
too, y'all, when you have a little four-legged and they know that they in trouble because they done sat here after you done told them, quit farting and quit doing, and they get kicked out, then they start whining and scratching at your door like little 2-year-olds, that was Zaven. But just stuff like that. Like,
you got no idea how it's gonna blow your mind.
I'm
where it's
scared.
going.
I'm scared, okay? Trust me, I'm scared. But I'm ready to see. I'm scared for the pregnant. Well, she ain't pregnant no more, but I'm scared for the FBI detective. But I believe she's gonna be able to hold her own. However, I'm real scared, okay, for what's gonna come with the nephew. Because the nephew, somebody need to throat punch him, okay? The nephew is in a whole the nephew getting on my nerves already, okay? And then they got a new detective on the game. I'll see y'all later, because if you ain't watched it, I am not finna spoil it, but I am finna get into contact with my husband and let him know what my thoughts and stuff is. So I'll see y'all in a little bit.